What's good, YouTube? It is your boy, Mr. Top Heavy, and welcome to another episode of Heavy Pours. Today is Wednesday, and that means it is Watered Down Wednesday. We're going to take a whiskey, and we're going to see how water affects it, so stay tuned. So I chose this Larceny Barrel Proof B521. It is 121 proof, and we're going to see how water affects it. So I poured 3 glasses. One is going to be neat, no water added. One, I added 3 drops right at the beginning, so it sat there for about 15 to 20 minutes with the water absorbing. The last one I added right before I started filming, so it's probably been in there for about 5 minutes. They've all been mixed up. I don't know which one is which, and we'll see if there's one that stands out that I like a lot, see if there's a major difference, or see if they all are pretty much the same. Let's get into it. So I'm going to be starting here and moving my way this way, and then we'll stop and then come back this way. All right, first one on the nose. Very sweet caramel, vanilla. Very nice nose, very sweet. So this one seems a little bit more rich. It has maybe a little bit more molasses, and then I could slightly get a little bit more alcohol. Very nice. Okay, so this one has the softest nose. There's really not much there. All of the flavors, but just a little bit more tempered. I can tell that there's a little bit of a difference. I've got a bit of a sense of what is what, but we'll try it again. We'll come back across the 3 and see what we've got going. So, all 3 very nice. Went through the nose. I kind of have a guess of, you can tell some of the flavors and the smells are more pronounced, and I'm assuming that the water's probably sort of tamping that down or kind of mellowing it out. So let's get into it. We're going to taste, and then we'll see what goes on from there. So we'll start again on this side. First one. Much more nutty on the palate. Not as much of the sort of vanilla bean. There is that caramel. Good. It's got there's some proof. I can feel it. Definitely lets you know as it comes down. Very good. Take a just because it's such high proof, I kind of want to get a little bit of a cleanse so that I can kind of start fresh each one. So on to number 2. That one has a little bit more of a potent mouthfeel to it. No, I take that back though. It feels a little bit more in the mouth, but less here. I could just still be dealing with that previous one, but this one has a little bit less of a hug on it. No, that's not bad. I think you actually get some of the vanilla and the sweetness enhanced with this one. There's less of a hug, less burn. This one actually is not bad. It tastes pretty good. I feel like there's not quite as much of a burn going down. Some of the sweet flavors are enhanced. All right, so we're gonna come back across. Be honest, I think I kind of like it best. This one. Second would be this one. And third would be this one. So, I liked the one that was the most balanced, the less sharp. I felt like the sweetness was enhanced, and that it was just an easier, better experience. I think the nuttiness, which I'm not a huge fan of, was not quite as prevalent. So I went with that one. And knowing that, I feel like my first place was the one that had water added to it first. So it's going to say W15. I think my second place will just say W. That's the water that was added right before we filmed. And I feel like this one here, my third place, is the one with no water. I could be wrong. So let's see. The third place is this one. I'm thinking it's the one that has no water. Let's take a look. This is the water 15. So this one sat the longest with the water. Water 15. Wow. So that's a big surprise. So the one that had water in it the longest sitting in it felt the sharpest. So then my second place is this one, which I thought was the water 15, is going to be no water. So this one has no water, none in there, no water. Which means that this one, my first place, is the one that had water right before. So just a W. Water just before. This one was really good. I think it just kind of made it very smooth, made it out to be just a nice, easy drinker. It kind of would be something you'd be able to do. So that goes to show you that you can take a high proof bourbon, such as Larceny Barrel Proof at 121, and you could add just a couple drops of water and make it still palatable. It's not ruined, and it's actually going to be probably better. So for this episode of Watered Down Wednesday and Heavy Pours, my name is Top Heavy, and enjoy your whiskey however you like it, but make sure when you do, you make it a heavy pour.